Remember, Akwabadaba was born TV. Happy Valentine's Day to each and everybody. So what I say, Mr. And eye adofo na bronya. Adofo na bronya. Se otia wari ase, se wontia wari ase. Se won penantwe mu, se wonim penantwe mu. Eye da wiase na. Ye didi adofo awoda. Enti enye se bia wo baby girl bia na wo baby boy bi. Ankwana mfanse no obetimi expect say bia oni akono ye de on show love there be o ma me kro ti ba bi kra na obetimi afre no awohye no happy birthday Ghana for no edu birthday na ma limit bibia to sebe edi oti won edi aye wadwen say ma me kai last year birthday in fact birthday ankasa no man Ghana mu no ubeshem udi wani betututu fom no enkopema na dwobon se condom Sh0t na sa birthday yi die emane hu se ye di birthday ni se obehye atare kokko ena metia mimini atare kokko ntino die ma hyeni ni na aka hu bi obon so ma hye atare kokko no mde nam ntino ena eye birthday misrewo enya edi nkwa do eno so huhia make say ohwemanim wayiso ayen kama ni na aye ahunidie oyi eye enti emfani na vankwa nkwese birthday emfani na vankwa nkwese birthday o chroda ese o chrodo kama wo se uyisu kama enya birthday nkwa na wo kwago yiso Mamenka Mesramo ene eye Yvonne mame check it in na me hade Yvonne our class ya ene eye na woda ntino ene the 14th of February yes Yvonne Aloti right Yvonne Omari Aloti Maryland abonten so no say Erade nshira ya mame na afi wanye nkese happy birthday to Yvonne Aloti wo share Maryland USA Erade nshira nyame ya adoma Easter yi ogina mpampe kwa wo de tena ho na wo de hwemanim na wo de emane ma mechile bi what na brochira che 1 year ana say a year bi wo say oba down na obehwesi na esiko so atase na bibia ya kama Enti happy birthday to Yvonne of Maryland. Yvonne Aloti Maryland anoshe. Nyame ya aduma Easter yo ginamo pampe. Enya sinkuma o ginamo den featuring Comfort Taylor assistant class P. Enti no ene na woda ene adofo na awoda yi. Ana adofo na bronya yi. Eno ye birthday. Enti happy birthday to Yvonne Aloti of Maryland. Mr. Obaso anu ahye dwumadi na mame. Na ensem bi dia him e highway no so Mr. SexyDon obekaya JB Danquah, the late JB Danquah. Ni wife Shekrata ye dasu. O say 9 years on, my husband is yet to get justice. Wife of JB Danquah. Ivy Heward Mills, the wife of late JB Danquah, has questioned why her husband is yet to get justice after all these years. She questioned if there will be ever justice for her husband, whose only offense was sleeping in his bed on the day of his murder. And check Anna the late JB Danquah and wife of your friend Ivy Heward Mills yi apa bontin ebe posti e de to highway no so say da ben ana okunu a wafiri mu no emfie enkunu nie okunu no ebenya atenten ne anampo nipa okunu no ye betimi yaden atwe na so emra kwan so emfie enkunu nie Ghana obisa na ye ma me busa asasemi JB Danquah the late onu ankasa ne kunu o se ne boni oye ne se odane mpam odane mpam no ane ababa ba de yaba be kunu eya ahraho sempa de bia woda obisa ho se bone bempa na mekunu ebeye ahraho SexyDon abrantia allegedly ye tag no anase mpanifo hu se enam ne so ana the late JB Danquah ena won katiasefo wafiri mu okono ena case no se enene nansa ana ye de no court na papa yi anasa ba mu yi anase papa amanfo ana ye de kwadu abone se enam ne nsa so ama the late JB Danquah on katiasefo hu bi mu no ye de no court na branch ni susa osifo mfie nkunu nie da benpo ana ye betima ade akra sem na achi krakra ye hu se mpo se odi bem ana se mpo odi fo mfie se na odi kwagoda no odwene ho a onti ase odwene ho a onti ase but Mr. before say ebe call no ene agwaye the 14th of February eye adofo na abronya Mr. wo ma entie bibi kakra emfiri yankasa maame ayi abana champoma se obibi eka edi kire Ghana fo ene obia
ejewia si arahu di otie bia fa ne sao some boy am ni twimpro ye broni ene no ba adwum don't eat baby and rad baby today I will bring you food baby na mse ene enye hwe me kwa adwuma bia bi dokona no pa ene ejam de me yafunu to me ho anu aba baby na mse yes or the friend when I'm so thank you I have lunch for you na mse okay onko fa lunch imre mia se we bo fruit ni atutu hey se we nsusu nkuto ni ati atumo se we nsu mercy cream o se we nsu cheese o se Valentine go na se mekodie like we ye pan we ka ho ene dia komadi mi o ena Valentine na yenye mrem no e komadi me hey
abra champo maro no New York abonte so no hye so atiase ene komade no pa na akwasi broni a woni ni date woni ne hye ho na ene aye the 14th yi na oba osi baby I have a surprise for you no ate enhire ne flower e dia bre no na afi so osi obribi kakra e de kan won ko hwa ense jama se pie bi ni niam bia na odi aba uzi so akwadwuma se dokuna was tie ansa na wakwadwuma no na ahwebody na ejina wona sa cheese way dabi dokuno ni niam a wo tie ansa na odi kwadwuma no na wo kwasi broni wo di we abre no ekom de ade no nyame nko a enti abana champoma no mesra mo councilor Sh0t enso ede nsem bi ede atudwa ene akwagoye Vast Day adofo na abronya yes adofo na abronya councilor Sh0t say maybe wo ha se tieniye o yo ba maybe wo ha se mo benya wade no unless say magic penie say mo beto so mo be kwakota wade so tieniye o yo ba na hwemi be me bia ba be pew ana o kunu o yire na wajana maneko emfie bebe enum ekopem ni nsia chi no osababaka obebusa wo se na dada ada nware na sa oba kro na se bisa se oyire bepene a ema bebre ewo ho a o hwemia se bema be ware no ono wa ware deda wo enti se wa mra ho ase na wa nkotos aware so enya de obenya ware da
last but mind you
but last rightly
I don't know what is called last rightly because love
last for na papa
like obeyire
aye
is it wrong to last? That's why I say flirting is needed, and in flirting we need last. So obeyire nam ho hwe de bia me ka nyankopon me adom ni sika se oba fe obu ade ane wako ware be magimifo a onhwe no magina wale na amakuro ma hu sampa ya fo obi ade ye ne yie hwe e ma bebre makanda o me count TV3 mo sister station more than 10 years ago, some baby will crow ha. any we are here to say they will never get anybody to marry them if they don't agree to be part of somebody's marriage. I repeat, Yawanchrophobia, they will never get anybody to marry them if they don't agree to become the next wife in line to a married man. Their husbands are already married.
Is it by age?
Age is one of them. You have a gay. Now saying Kakrano have put. Are they? Over body this so. Member. So I do maybe anyway MFS. MFS is my fan sir. Now who do my fan sir? One shall be my counselor. Almost the TikTok was in a mokasa. Yeah, and we ask about Walia. Why Walia Jai who of us was sing the on Waleda? The Walia Jai. No one of us was sing the on Waleda.
Now I basket.
Was it? Mohon fast one day, ma. And ma mohon fast one day.
Now why cabas?
Yeah, baby, I tell you, ma, you genuinely mass up when you're not about home fast swap party. Eh, Walia. Yame bow ma walio. It's a Waliam bar, bow on Salon and no. What's now watching? Miss Silver Panel. 12 years ago, now Miss Silver Pen. I don't like anyone's husband. 12 years later, Michelle Bissau said, hey, you're still not my what's happening. Will you want me to come and see your family if your wife will agree? The same person. Where do MFS? My fan is open. So don't ever allow them to brainwash you that lust is evil. If you kill the drive of lust in you, sister, you are finished.
Onia 95.
Intimisrao, Osasu Kasemi say, a more big coin,
5.1 FM.
A more big coin, a man in country say, o last you be chese, o kondo obi, tie. A more big country say, o kondo obi no, a boni, say o kondo bia. Also, o baby wo ha, o baka go ware, o baby wo ha, or your back ma, bibi obi, no, I go ware, bema Jimmy for be not taken. O kondo sa obana, utimi yeding, a ya quanchine bompaye, says our dealing. Na emekansa na ye ade ni ye na ye sa oba ni ye so ata say ana afi so e man bebre wo ha mo kunuma mo be ware o mo o ma ware deda oba pa nti wo so mfa so pa ne den mesram nyam na mekan Councillor Sh0t aneka mo the importance of womanhood is all about marriage. One ware so ni mfa so Mr. Mami nyina na mempeke course kakra na monka bibi nche Councillor Sh0t mami ema no ana afesu awarefo no osaso akwanim aka asem bi wase mami hade because councillor no wana dwen se obetena ema no so na ensem bi wo ha enti no se uyo bi na se ujado bi like wani gino ho a utimi bompa se sa awade no kura nguro na akose ho minim se wa ohwemi wa yesa kwankyere ni bia wa bompa se obi a wade bi ngu ene verse dey o bompa se ene obi relationship bi enwu na nkose wa na because ebia sa oba akro na wo bompa ye wo pe no wagonya bema bia bema no onim ne so hwe wo tete no osore na opa na ni so wo ma ne bibi ni oba na atete wa pro wa tantantan but wo so wakuma wom entide na abaye ene osore na pa na wo bompa ye na odi akwankyere gufom se ne be sa relationship ne begu se be sa wore ne begu o hamanim wonya bibi sara. Drop your comment in a professional way. Ni yanko yenim. Enti Mr. Councillor Sh0t ana all cancer no so ati ase. Eba ni say ya na as a manager but anyways ono so dia odi aba betum no. Mr. ma me fa the second video nsan fama o. Ene akwagboye vaze no. O cancer pa.
Mema bebre yire no e fefefe wa bonten. Ma mema na ebre wodam. Ne yire na ma bonten ni ma ye tro kama. Ti say di board nyanka beji adi odu fie na otu ni wig ya ni tiase enya dreadlocks I'm suffering and struggling under depression haircut why you need I want to be young Depression. Sign of depression. Look, apart from having a clinical problem, our doctors say, oh, yadia binti koyutino, or baby away in tibia is depressed.
Style.
And your fashion.
Style.
Because the glory and the beauty of a woman is your hair. That is why anytime you take off the weave on, you are afraid of your own face. When you wear the weave on, you look too pretty. Or baby or call salon echo make it up without wig. Obefie na be sha wig na you look like a caricature. Emema bro. Enti oba oni ni tifie where you ni ti nyina o she wig ba bontia no bia se no wofe. Na ya odufie no 2 wig ni say pe. Oba no yes ye freedom to the people. When aba be hwe haircut e times and una abre. You are the one suffering. You are going to suffer with this woman till daybreak. The I say no be any bag mu where you wipe facial wipe no asha se.
Yeah be pay nim.
Ya woni mi abedu ni. Me fair dodo. Or be partner so ben. Who is seeing the non so ben? You are the one facing the non so ben. Sister Bia, me see me share now. Oh, what people make up? Me am shame. And I'm born ding. Or see me aden. Many me say net yo. A dread dear enemy na me abresa. Some media you made the Yamin Kwan and me jayo. As I'll be another way about set try, the way about set. And I'm a man, I say. I me who said it could be bread because share enye easy. Unya or bearman, I can maybe sell baby. Say when your baby a Serbian pay from a nim born missionary and nim and reflected your pay. One done when you are shaba, you lose erection.
Now the Oko father now him said the moon.
Say I told you who until they wipe their makeup.
Robert,
what I say? And anyway, this is the time we have to teach them sexual hygiene. Say, oh baby, keep yourself neat because oh baby, I will tell me and maybe board dog, you know, chianity side a problem. I told you about and can't feel I ask you if you took quite I say what me bon. This is the time I see a chile. It's about chile and just showing a sremo. It's not time to show love. It's time to exchange gifts in church. There be loving. A serious love month. It's a serious month.
Love month no a serious month. Enya goodie. Cancel Sh0t. And some bako ka ne say oba se utwa utia a depression kese pa. Mr. Ramo we the man na betie mi ayi ano. Se utwa utia. Eno no ana edi ampa na ba utrima utimu twa uti. Bonso baby no 20 no I see ni tinu kwabo. A depression bi de bibisa cancel Sh0t no de wo hu ana on de wo ka ana afi so e mani bi wo ahodie ena ye vast day wo godo ama sebi ya boni dog na e be bono en ka bi e be free top wo de aba no a amount of say mo bedi mo huni cancel Sh0t no enti wo hwe me sa no enyema bi wo anti na meka say obu wo ha ena ye vast day no ubonso wakotam shaving stick enankwa enya nankwa na ese wo yesa ayi shaving no subsequent days aba da wanim no ese wo ye na kama oba de wo huni die ena no beka no fia so oba huni die ade no wo ye mu ya aduane no wo ye mu ya chense a wo de aduane ni begum no hey be ma ni timi mu amu na tieniye aduane no no ne ye na de gu chance mu a chance no se enwe ye ni bibia kama be ma no otimi nwa amu na makasa wi let's move forward class, let's move forward Mr. Ramo SexyDon sense no mame nko because ya dia ye mame a Ivy, yes Ivy Heward Mills the wife of the late JB Danquah. Na umete. Na tete. So ono akasa ni kunu. Ni chocho mucho. Enfie kunu abesi atwamko. Ana rehosem enti be. Okwabrane from puma ebe chim ne kon. Edi nyama wo no. Me pese meka abusian yawo. But enfie kunu ni ya mami se wodwene wa wonte ase enkopem da ban ene nansa ene de abemu anase papa e friend SexyDon do court yenko de ngoji nse no mu nkyiremu na abrante no court no obobna edi enti na obobna
na sikwa so a wo mo court idie yemfa court nsam nka ho bie ene e wo court dem na ya awrehosam ene sa Daniel asiedu a Ghana foto ni din SexyDon don ode no kokogina court bio ene o se enti court akonia bai memrei de bia na ye de me ba court ubon se ye samatade ama memu aba bijejira minchan a na ye de me court ma di court akonia basa ha de mabre we ya na awrehosam a ene obubu ye ema supo hini no ni nyina ne say na asemi a wode to court wode koto court animu mfie mu nie atwe asam no so saa sa wono ene osusu se wokum abuakwa north mra se bedweni na asemi akwakwa ya asam a Ghana fo so hu a ejai cry judge and justice Kizita na kowa koshi na ono no bisa lawyer ni a wakasa edema Daniel se edu se no omo so omo apply for bail na ho asam na kwa kwasisen a lawyer nankasa kora nwie and somewhere course or courts and they said they will be say prosecution no so I didn't know boa waye etu dwa ama ewo ha ama we die na say e twafufu ama tonkwen e fe ne e be frɛ na ama na bibia ama ene court Daniel asi edu ni sunu achi e de ne sie
Such one no cry na me amereho for the first time. Daniel Bakot bia do bia first no kasa and for some time now. While be jatum say yen sheda meka Daniel say obi abono no ni abreduane na mama me nkwa hwe me girl. Sansem ni nyina edu ba bi kra no say ope ICC lawyer. Eneja onya lawyer ya Danquah e ma papa e be so ni mu. Na ye wie case ni part 1. Part 1 in the sense ye wie ye nya hang jury. Inti na say asem ye fi ase afoforo kra. Sechiwa afi etwam se meka say afi etwam mu e na ye wie asem na nka say by this time say ye fi ase mpa ka ya form jury na wie afro dance ni odi kan na nka ye fi asem na se. Na no na ye koba bia fi afia mu kwa ye ba yes jury members nye ready. Ye inform jury members 7-member panel ye inform here last week ena JB Danquah aduyere eye Ivy ebe chrogu ni Facebook wo say infinhia nkunu nie tini kun ye twense ebenya mfinhia du pepepe na ye nyate modi amana na no na bra na ye fra asem no na Daniel ba ye court ho aye di na ye bisa ne lawyer say o ka so obeji bill e de ama branch enkrata akra on file bi na kwesi sen ana eno so ye beba beji bill ne de ama no nti court ni nya botre e na court ni bisa prosecution ni say ma ye ready eno so ye enkrata nyina ye ready ya dance fo nyina ye ready ade a ye twense sia ene say ye be form jury members no say sechiwa asat say o chena ye benya jury anase bosumi ye benya jury anase afie ye benya jury akoye bibia ho eno na Daniel peja nensa eno temuafo nbisa nse bra adan okomode oseda bi obi abo oseda bi obi na no so obekasa na esu ene e court dem ene obi areho for the first time Daniel say mabre eno nso to ne nsa say mabre adan enye me na me ye jury members no first time crack can say ye wie prosecution ni nyina in the course of 8-9 years no omo hu say enye me na me ye adan ye de makwa de mabasa enti mo amu mreye me de mabre ebeye yi a mo ma me nko na mabre no kre okan na fe awusie gu bia so obu nani anani su ogina daka nim e no de ne nsa gu ne busi e na osu sre court ne se wabre de bia obe shata de fita na wo ba court obe shata de fita bia na oba court ebeye yi a anka bebi adu ne de se ye inform jury members no e ma ye start na asem ne de a ene nka ye nyae no eno temuafo no krokro ni say onya abotere emra ene ye di adwuma enti emra no eno amu ne enam no as to say that ben na jury members ne beba na ya form no eno so akwakoya asem fofra ene odi su ene ye de handcuff sangu ne sa ode kwetena akam nyame ya adoma bosumia ye wom ya ne de to so edonu nson ye be sign de na ba bepiem e wo court biem as to say bedu na ye nya jury members no anase ye nya jury members no ene ye to but say Daniel say wabre
Daniel awada prison crabre anaka se custody a ofi wo background so wabre na busuafo a hyase no na omo ba court no mo da so ba
na busuafo ni nua ba na ewoma no abesra no kakra ne nua ma mienu na arewosem se ne nua ba odi kan ba court on oba we hu se ne bra ne to on sans o se ye che Daniel asem ni si ye che Daniel na fe ne na owo be 5 years nti nani bo ne nua nanim ketua bi ti oba ye no o te court dem hwa hwe ne nua ni din no bisa obisa when your friend is SexyDon no ne che no baby oti okotena ne nua ne che no osu oba kakra na watuma sanse bribia menya akwanya ne di ngom che se ne papa na oba besra Daniel Tembian se be papa no yare aka na mo dadem nti se papa ne ntimi ma ne nua ma mienu ba ewoma na ba akwa ba ewoma na ba akwa ba ne ma me so ton ade nti ewoma no no so abe flash but as to say you starting this year de ni busuani bi eni ho a wa ba behwe no
asem no mo din o mo so ya mo ama enenchiri mo we Daniel Asiedu SexyDon na busua mu asem ne kokko bi sai woda so agina daka mu a ye bonu kunsa osafe de wa bre
obebre arahosem obebre kase our judicial system no se o si ya de se for wenye wenye onyani biba okwago wi abode anka ya process na dada ma ne ko nipa a wafiri mu no oye member of parliament so on catch as for asase hu bio. The question is me busa me ho say abrantie yi eyam papa se onu ne kum no eyam pa ana say nipa okunu no woye pani obi an nsem ye den political motivated because senka ya bemu pa na sebe okunu pa senia ye prosecute amanfo a senia mekan ebi amame ata bi ba wakwago wi abanche ewo bi anka de ne kode dada isa bemu ano o se wa bre da ben emfie nkun da ben Danquah the late ne wife friend Ivy enso ababonti ababusa say nti enkopem da ben Ghana our judicial system a country called Ghana. Mr. That is the update about that. Nyame yaduma 27th of this month. Uti reportage in Muya 27th of this month. On the side in Asa Tenasi. In Tunshen Tenasi, yes, sir. To my baby. Okay. On this note, my men found court the special prosecutor Kisi Ejabeng. Openi Ababonting Abe declare the former minister. The former finance minister for Ghana, over friend Ken Ofori-Atta. So openi during mudie bini semni sikawiem charges in the bebre National Cathedral no honsense bebre. Yaba be kan wanse mufia. But Ghana for bi kasa. Nana ya okese oya dwuma OKFM. Peace FM, Despite Media Group. Or the same year they are together. But before I say me kona catching, my men call openia your friend Paul Adomochiri, or so a century or in a Juma Metro TV. Na Obakaya special prosecutor Honsen Semi before say Kisia Jabemba Bonting, Ababe declare your papa Ken Ofori-Atta as a fugitive. No, in Kophobia Moshe. Soja for tade ebowura Ken Ofori-Atta efie ewo cantonment eno ya ba be kan wasem na mehwe se opani friend Paul Adomochiri ebi obetu jabi dia fa wampa oba betu jabi dia fa ho but with the raid that happened at Ken Ofori-Atta fie ono ehon sensem no so majority leader friend Mahama Yarga e di chawpa e di abre Ken Ofori-Atta NPP for any Ghana for na say mpo sa de na si ye no na obepa acho na mbusa say so that means NDC for na sheda ebopo say omunkonom go yes ade na but the di kamesrew ma yentie what is it Parliamentary reaction what to afasa nsema ekoso.
Information reaching Good Evening Ghana suggests that the raid that has occurred at Ken Ofori-Atta's house earlier this evening, Tuesday 11th February, was not conducted by police officers. It was conducted by military officers. Now, they don't know that somebody on the top of the building next door was filming, and that video has been made available to us. So, was filming how they entered, and then the video remained until they came out. What happened inside, the video couldn't capture because the person was on the building. The soldiers, of you went there, you will see that to your left, there was a story building there. A very prominent person lives there, and she was concerned about what was happening. So she filmed it, and she sent it to us. So the video indicates soldiers, numbering about 15 of them. One of them is half camera, so we really couldn't check. But at least there are more than 10, numbering about 15 military soldiers, not police. They raided Ken Ofori-Atta's house at Cantonment earlier today. Now, everybody was pointing to Dr. Kufu Dampare. It's not about Dampare. It's not Dampare. Apparently, the Honorable Kisi Ajabin is responsible for this. And we don't know why. Kisi Ajabin is responsible for the raid on Ken Ofori-Atta's house this evening. Now, why are we saying this? Because we have now also seen letters that have been written from Kisi Ajabin to Ken Ofori-Atta, asking for Ken Ofori-Atta to be questioned on issues relating to SML contracts. Viewers, remember that, the famous or infamous SML contract. So Kisi Ajabin has written to Ofori-Atta asking him to answer questions on the SML contract. I'm not so sure who asked him to do that, but the OSP can have a mandate originating from his table. He can originate a mandate based on the broad mandate that he has. He can originate a mandate and say that I'm coming to ask you questions. He can do that. So in exercise of that authority, Kisi Ajabin, the special prosecutor, wrote to Ken Ofori-Atta. Lawyers for Ofori-Atta responded to Kisi Ajabin indicating that the witness was not in town. Ken Ofori-Atta was not in town. He's in America on health grounds, and that they are able to answer questions on his behalf so long as he can produce the questions. Lawyers also promised that as soon as Ofori-Atta arrives in Ghana, they will submit him to the office of the special prosecutor. As far as the lawyers were concerned, this was the conclusion of the matter. Now, they were told today that their client's house has been raided by soldiers. Quickly, calls went to the police IGP, asking Dr. Dampare, what is all this about? Dr. Dampare is thinking about himself, and that's what he told them, that I have not sent anybody to raid anywhere. The people who went there were soldiers. I don't have control over soldiers. I just have control over police. So the military, and this is so I don't know whether the defense minister, Dr. Manibuama, is aware, but please tell Dr. Manibuama that I was mentioning his name. He's the minister for defense, and his soldiers, numbering over 10 of them, under the instructions of the office of the special prosecutor, as widely believed, raided Ofori-Atta's house today. Military, not police, military. They raided Ofori-Atta's house today, 3-4 hours ago. The story is on City FM. Let's get a glimpse of how Channel 1 and City FM put the story out, and then we take it from there. Do we have it's a very short story though, because it's still running. Ken Ofori-Atta's home raided by individuals in military uniform. A group of individuals in military uniforms raided the residence of former finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta on Tuesday afternoon. The incident took place in Cantonment while Ofori-Atta was reportedly out of the country. However, some family members, including his wife, were present at the time. The motive behind the raid remains unclear. Channel 1 news sources confirm that multiple uniformed individuals entered the premises, but it is yet to determine whether anything was taken. Authorities have not issued an official statement on the incident. Now, we know that from the videos that were made available, when the soldiers were coming out, they were not holding anything that they didn't have when they were entering. And we checked that to be sure whether something was taken out, because we had already read the story before this lady sent us the video. So if you look at it, the way the soldiers entered, it looks like that's the same way they came out. So they didn't take anything. The question then is mandates, authority, warrant, all of those things come into play, because when the police are coming to your house to search you, let me have the photograph of the three of them again. When the police are coming to your house to search you, they would normally have a warrant. And in the police context, an individual high court judge can So moto, as they say in law, it means by himself. Can so moto issue a warrant for your arrest? A high court judge can so moto and ex parte issue a warrant. Ex parte means they don't have to call you and come to the court. So moto means by himself. He doesn't need a motion. He can just do it upon his own motion when he's told that this person needs to be searched. So the police will normally do that. I believe that even under the rules, I think so, I stand to be corrected, that the Inspector General of Police can issue a warrant. I think so. The Inspector General of Police can issue a warrant, but the CDS cannot issue a warrant. The Chief of Defense Staff cannot issue a warrant over a civilian that they should go and search him. The Inspector General of Police can. So if the Chief of Defense Staff wants to search you with the soldiers, he has to go through the Inspector General of Police. But here's Kwesi Agyabeng, who walks around with soldiers protecting him. And I'm guessing that he sends soldiers to Ken Ofori-Atta's house to go and search him. There's a lot more on this story coming up on Thursday. So much more is going to come up on Thursday. Here's the Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta and his wife, Angela. Honorable Ken, don't worry. We know that you have not done anything wrong. Sometimes you become finance minister, and in your quest to do things, some things can go wrong. Everybody is blaming you about DEP, debt exchange program, collapse of banking, and all that. But in due time, I'm sure posterity will see what you did, if you did something good, and I'm sure that you did something good. So that's Ken Ofori-Atta. Say a prayer for him tonight, because he's under Kwesi Agyabeng's radar. Here is Ken Ofori-Atta and the learned Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. I'm not sure when this photograph was taken, but this is the Archbishop who I'm going to talk about tonight, because he had a stupendous prayer session in Parliament today. And I'm going to talk about what the Archbishop told the MPs when he was praying for them. That's coming up. So that's the Archbishop, that's Ken Ofori-Atta, and that is Angela Ofori-Atta in an old photograph. Pray for Ken. Papa, you got to pray for Ken, you got to pray for your man, because he's under Kwesi Agyabeng's radar. And Papa, this Kwesi Agyabeng guy has soldiers around him. And even though he was looking for Ken to answer questions, he was told by Ken's lawyers that Ken is not there. Papa, you know what he did? He sent soldiers to Ken's house. Papa, you got to pray for him. You got to pray for Ken Ofori-Atta right now. And all Ghanaians, you got to pray for Ken Ofori-Atta.
You got to pray for Ken Ofori-Atta by Paul Adomotri. Now, Mr. Mfoni Adasui, ebi Oma release at the Ato Highway. No, so good evening, Ghana. So I say, Intino, soldiers, no, any Jinamona, say, na what I say, open your friend Jack Bay, and say, Jama, a 2 na omode manana. Hey, Mr. On this radar, no, or on this radio, the majority leader for Parliament, Mahama Ayariga, I say what they are chopper at the man. Ghana phone na se bibi say esi na a chopper na ba no NDC phone bi bu afu papa na adenti ana Mahama Ayariga ba na odi chopper be na den MPP phone na o ma anya bi. I'm saying Ghana
called the relevant stakeholders in the matter to find out exactly what happened. So, Speaker, it is true that the private residence of the former Minister of Finance was entered into by operatives of the military and the police, led by the somebody who we believe works at the National Security Coordinator's Office. Mr. Speaker, his name is Mr. Danquah. Mr. Speaker, we have investigated the matter, and we want to say and assure our fellow countrymen and our colleagues in this House that we have received assurances from the Office of the National Security Coordinator that it was not intended that that should happen, and that occurrence is most regrettable and unfortunate, and he wants to give this House his word and assurance that a thing like that should never happen again. Mr. Speaker, I have also spoken with the Minister of Interior, who has spoken with his IGP, and I've spoken with the Minister of Defense, and all of them give their assurance to this House that a thing like that will not happen again. And so,
a thing of that will never happen again. The Interior Minister, Muntaka, Defense Minister, Sanko for Kono Mukon, Japan and Kretu, Sanko for Kono Mukon, Monchon Maso. Se majority leader Ababontain, Ababe Jatum, Anampo, Ababe Eddie Chopper de Magana Foa. Mu make sure say the national security, the Minister for Defense, and no more makan, Sanko for no Mukon, Mubachon Maso. Because one, we live in a democratic country. Etimi Bissau, Sanka, the former minister, Ofori-Atta, ewo fear, and Kadia Pani Bisi, looking at this as footage in the Omunian release, but pictures being about Bontain. I'm just asking myself this question. Second Ofori-Atta to them, and our fear, looking at this Rumble Star invasion, and Kadia Pani Bisi, come.
Speaker, let me indicate to my colleagues on the other side that this side of the House remain committed to ensuring that this country is reset, that its institutions function properly, that its officials act in accordance with the law, and that the rights and liberties of every citizen are upheld and protected under the regime of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I personally extend my apologies to the former Minister of Finance, and I believe that this should suffice. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
A chop on the audio about your pacho come on. It is the right way to go. But these people, all these military men, aso twi bi bakwa amoma ebra mahama yarga edi chopa edi aba. I'm just asking myself. Let's move forward. So these are some of the images surface here. I believe it's a video no ebeba because sabra picture sabra bontene there. Me show some videos no ebeba bontene. Mamenko OSP Kisia Jaben sensem no Namwan Namwan so de no aba begin sim no mo Namwan so ochia Ghana phone na Namwan se kero Ofori-Atta ebra no mo abam or say I left town to recover men's gold supply payment to settle the company's debt after having informed Yoko and having met with the president later that night, only to be declared wanted next morning by you guys, claiming I have absconded. Today, you are on a wanted list. Live. Now one say, a baby a buy ne one sense and buy still class that sujinam. A man for omdi omusika beshe ne dwuma men's go near their day. Say adena aye beans no. Na nani atutu agu ni nsem wo hu ba bia wo mfa wa ba be kramo me kire ode nkrato no go ma yuko so me kwagwa jejeje me kabi ewo enchenwa ade aba he sabre no kra no ode krata go ma yuko no na da kwaku for the former president kra one ne kasai ema ode nkrato ma ne say nana me kwagwa jejeje me amafo bi de me ka me kwagwa jejeje aba omo an say MPP aban declare wanted. I said, na dia no maye. Na mo na kasa no. O na dia no maye. E dia wi asesa ne tie. Di obeguna no na obetwa Ken Ofori-Atta. Won say na di OSP kisia jabenyi. E do to wanted list. O ka che ne say o kwakọ hwe wapomudin US. Wo de letter ko na so ne. Ye do to wanted list sanity tie. We ati po. E mo bi ensu ma papa ni da bi arada na omo di bi yem na mo na kasa no e wi ase desa o say I left town to recover men's gold supply payment to settle the company's debt. So what I say ogojijiji sika bi aka kam no ade aba betwetwa no ho aka wa kono enye se o dwane o de krata goma yoku o ka cho se me kwa go titi misika e ka da me so me ko mebu ehin na me mfafa radie ehin na me no hu na ni na tutu na kan Ofori-Atta ne MPP aban no omus na mo na dwane o na mo na ye hwehwe na mra o anos nkofo ho kra den Mesro OSP sensem no mamini kamfa we mfama ya titi atuja bi edi ama Ken Ofori-Atta ebra OSP kisi ajaben se ohwehwe no ya titi Sh0t class media ano si there bi nana Danquah Kufuado de bai wo Ken Ofori-Atta monje sa package we na mo fanko
time na kisi ajaben dia bra no oto ankwado ma me ye dia meti me bre so ana me kono pacho na pagifo bebre ade o mo kasa na o mo krom ha samre no me ka say nana Danquah Kufuado na oyo ma panyin sa bre no Martina me do so oye mother serpent of corruption etu onu kasa ba abonti anu abetu hallelujah okodem a no akobo wa pampam ejuma na wade ama no ama wonya because samra na kisi ajabe esu no Cecilia da pasam no na Kufuado acho love letter edi aba ne kire se asam no kura nkrofo ka fa ho no me ya sure say sa asam no ye be wie no na anya no kura hu so you come out of it ni achiro love letter my dear and the keka hu eti me pa achewo te se me ni odihye wa hai no odihye mama na adwuma afami ami wie na me chi odihye wo afichire ho amese ai cement na apaso ode wa asem kwa no so no hwe ni ye nya sa bebo wa hwe ya metimi ayiwadi wa hwe ya metimi ayo sei enti se odihye adwuma na me de ama no me paso wo ya na me paso oye den sa setran na kisi ajaben ni na Kufuado no amati wo krom ha because na Danquah Kufuado corruption na ekoso krono na ekoso na oye camouflage say oye special prosecutor no boa enti eniema wasa OSP ni ye no yesi ni kwan yamane nya ma obi am pretend say sa asem we onimo yenim eye be fat enti let me move away from there na me kwa asem am person be kan ne no so adia ba ko a me pese NPP 40 ase ne say some akwa opposition adia ba ko ne ya ma mo ho kwa ma mo nya wo krom ha propaganda any hypocrisy mo sa ne ma me anu we ya ma mo kwa ma mo nya wo krom ha because mo no si ye jai mo a mo nya chom eso bi ni hwiase mo ye hypocrisy ankasa because eniema NPP for year for the past 8 years no and now woman go to the opposition person wo ya mo ho to say e ye crime bi na ekoso wo Ghana meanwhile you did worse. So please, if you don't have any sensible thing to add, shut up. Ya mamu kwai ema sa hypocrisy lifestyle no mo fama sa propaganda no ya mamu kwai ma mo fama ne ya mamu kwai ma mo fama chira kind of Ofori-Atta na OSP declared wanted o se den no it's even long overdue. It's long overdue, but I thank God that said this day has come. And one person that biana manu dem say kind of Ofori-Atta was a prosecutor no. I was here prosecuting. There are so many NPP penyefua or who positions. I was here prosecutor. Now, what will be yin someone see cabinet contract? Ya what sign and I was almost be yano. Ghana for you now yet 2017 April. And a Kwabia Frano Dynamic Youth Movement of Ghana. Omotam Sh0t and the Ofori-Atta the courts. Sansa we kwa judge and fee a petition Sh0t ewa ho because na can Ofori-Atta kwa raise Euro bond. Euro bond no raise 2.25 billion. Or raise bond no we no de kwa data bank. What the kwa data bank and a judge and fee po a petition Sh0t say conflict of interest. Koso. And it's a Quambia so was here can Ofori-Atta nsemu but just saying and kwasi who Emma sa ekuo no tamasam no the Supreme Court
It is under the watch of Ken Ofori-Atta. And our jail Bosia eye kenke party. Di wa check home. Yakwa kayano. Gabio Achreda Akushado Prime Minister. And Quatro wanted X. Sam na chera. Quatro wa say. Say ye di Ghana Adriane. Ni asha Ghana Tadia. Ebaba Sidina. Wasa I apologo from the it is a Ken Ofori-Atta kwaya kenke party. And from Sobia ni ho o promote to me Ghana. You see, sometime no kwaya kenke party no. No, but I remember John Dramani Mahama, former president, and no, I am president of Papua Tiakunyasono. Now I am a deal, no. One more tina about Tiki Kemwa, or maybe no more standing here, there party no. Sa Irabandi no Rezi, no, I am pushing you. And I would be a party. Ghana for Muntio. Maintain bid a sending Podasania, Sabinyamia Po, who quite your Bosnia, now the Bosian will be a party. Maintain bida. I just say Ken Ofori-Atta. Bisa won't say Ken Ofori-Atta by now you kaya 122 billion. Ya friend say I say 20 was here 122. Fine. From Yaka to Panso. A champo money runners munyane. Kwame Nkrumah munyane atamesi no kofo. And Samuel John no makaka 122 billion. Ken Ofori-Atta eyire ne ho do manage Bosia. And you think it's a joke? Yaman and Kosa, Besra, and Odia, Yan Tro, and Yajuma, Yan Siasia. See how you declare the wanted, so Buafo, and no, I found home.
And found home, Yatiti no. Ken Ofori-Atta, former finance minister, a long overdue cry, or match it. Eurobond, not the cock of funny bango. Ovia no di biade, watibi di ato no di weekendki. Nanu yene de pa. Misrao ayi nanaya kese. Nanaya kese so she ensema koso. Nanaya kese eshe Peace FM, OK FM. O say papa ye friend kisi ajabe no, onima dwuma yo. Cases bebre ho a ayo so kopani nko hyase se wo ye ko adwuma. Where our baby general baby declare former finance minister said why you wanted no. What do you want to huh? A bra nana Danquah Kufuor, former president. A man for to go so say, hey, Ken Ofori-Atta, on ye sin channel. O ye sin channel, afinie. Anka o pesa o papa no hwehwe ni nsemu anka o pesa anka wo ya de wo de ne to won telesa sa bre no 1 year nie na wo ye dan. Uyo bia, uye adwuma, obia no o kira o de ye. OSP no, o ye adwuma. Ade na wa baba gina wa declare politically motivated ade na wa baba ye no. O kan no wase kire no credit aka kire no.
India back was say on me straight too much. Special prosecutor on me straight too much. And the special prosecutor and the moon who's only majuma. Papa moon. And the da ya can special prosecutor moon who's about only majuma. You have done any way. I said you know them come to my baby. All my friend Kojas do a corrupt papa my bay press conference. Number soon, number bo anqua no maca. Me me Jobia. Special prosecutor. Look, Monka no great special prosecutor say Ejuman own huso. Ejuman o yen own huso. Na enya chiwade na enya ferry so say ye de Ejuma ma na own huso. Na wa be resign. Enya ferry. Oh, hey, your mom has say na special prosecutor be catch say, Cecilia Dapa, my Mrs. Cecilia Dapa, no so cromfo who be that, and I'm me say, call ye by ye, my cousin says, Makoye say, Makoye den, egoism. Egoism, special prosecutor. And the special prosecutor, I'll pass out say. Enray, I will be general how yes, our press conference. And now who say Ken Ofori-Atta wedi Ghana boni. Is that what you are saying? Say Ken Ofori-Atta wedi Ghana boni. Abba. Special prosecutor. O say Tinra Wednesday on. Tinra Wednesday. And a special prosecutor who say Ken Ofori-Atta waye Ghana boni a ebi mada. Kwajo mongogre offense fugitive. One fugitive mongogre mame. There be member po there. O there monfa Google offense definition of a fugitive monfa mremen. I mean kind of has this here and here they say. Special prosecutor special prosecutor say when you brepass empire mo adwuma say we special prosecutor or be prosecuting for. There are few questions you need to answer. Say the Ghana for be for serious. Now the end the otunte adwuma no hu so. Hu so adwuma no ntimi nye. Special prosecutor den na La Bianca case went me any Chilankwanku Drasie. What happened in that La Bianca case? We want to know. Ghanaians deserve to know that. Catcher and they see it was a La Bianca case done also we investigation. And then they see him you since the other case na Eden na go when masi. Then buy. Special prosecutor save Ghana football for be ma document extra corruption I cause Ghana Football Association. Den na ebesin ne enne na no pay me no ka say. Wontimi acknowledge impo say save Ghana football for a petition about Ghana Football Association. At the end they see here, at the end of what I keto kreku their own person by investigating. Let Ghanaians know. The end of I keto kreku their own special prosecutor, one person by investigating. Case no opeke, no what you su, opeke, no what you su, opeke, no what you su. Okay, say sign this special prosecutor. Sign the special prosecutor. I o say o investigate Ken Ofori-Atta on the cathedral SML and at the Bibika cathedral mrea ye 2 ye ene japade a japade as a more okay say japade we den at the end of say japade we see ECG I dear Sanya may okay na Ofori-Atta ya na president Kufuor person be changing eja or they I am a man yes them in every hole and I can't do Quentia cry. Say bro 1 year. Or they are mean and buy and 1 year. Nti I fear and son who say Ken Ofori-Atta why ye near ma as say oh no. And ye be a special prosecutor ye be say. If we da ben now obey a doctor or Ghana ha una wo chere time will be one tono. I mean yeah mom my for politics in sell my no. Ora ki say jaben me person me bisa wa no pay say. And ye be a Ken Ofori-Atta. Until let them re say or yare no hospital. Is that also not allowed in law? If it ben na wona oba be a doctor and I will chere da will be yare and that will be one tono. Fidaben cathedral afiansan one who say Ken Ofori-Atta boganaka. Afiansan one who say GRE or makwa sign contract. Afen one who say japade bibi or afen one who say ECG e will deal or. Look, spare us all these things. Spare us. Oh, special prosecutor no be organize the press conference no be show TV so no ko bisa ho pass e free say be special prosecutor adwuma Ghana de share wonsa enema ye de ama wo se fa ye adwuma e ka ya bo wo ho ene mfaso Ghana enya free so just oppose it na ehunu hey me say that me call special prosecutor office and I say hey am avoid to me groma president crown office enya serious sir president in office enya serious sir police for ha soldier for ha let me say adan kanda ha cry ye be we oh radical Christ look Ken Ofori-Atta or the problem Ken Ofori-Atta nya offense and new sem say and I nya suma sem say Ken Ofori-Atta de ni hu ahi pa awokruma ni hu ahi obia anim say Ken Ofori-Atta na djuma wo ye de anso ani ba mo amu train anya me dom mo na mutimi sua amra no munnim yie say sebe mra no mu no wudifo mpo wudifo the court to cross we wudini no emra ne say man kwan na onfa lawyer of ono choice no o magina ontwitwa nye no so onya sika mfa lawyer o man no man lawyer meboa enye sa na mo mra ne kire mo ti de no obegina we mfa so be ne wo so de no obegina ho we special prosecutor fa so be ne wo so we serious don't pick and choose cases case bia beba wanim bia no de akire Di actually ni ehu say we serious say person fight corruption. Na nya de o no please spare us.
Okay, please spare us. You go didi say eti. Akai kisia jabin. Onima dwuma ba ko sei. Special prosecutor. Na no call no office pa. Utim se papa no fili. Abane bon hoka, omane bon hoka. Wonya hwehwehwehwe. Cases bia wo ye picky. Otusu we de mpese meko da bi we anwa wo ho aha na mpese meko we anwa ne ho aha na mpese meko. Say ya no de tio man mu. Why are you being so picky? Asem we no amekan me say Ken Ofori-Atta, former finance minister. Omono abusuano omo ye lawyers o. Enye se bia ye kwakwache papa no na de na ba be hye tokro ba bi mu na ye won twede say what disika. We live in a democratic country. It's democracy, the tools are going to work. Now, watch videos about boss so far about Drisa Johnson Hana. Can you be share? Oh, yeah, sure, say Ken Ofori-Atta, former finance minister. You bet me the natural man. JB Danquah wife, and Ababonti Babisu. In film of Kununi. Nikuno Frimu. They say Abranti, SexyDon do, and a tin issue. Ya tin issue in film Kununi. Abranti and say, the Dɛαd case and other money. Or no crowd must say, body atono so. Say, Sebu, or no nan and none so. Emma JB Danquah free mono. Me see in film Kununi. Yame adman 27th of this month. Case in a besa kwakwata. Ye be ye ni say ya. One yet me achini say ye dine kwakotum. Di nana ya kesi ebisa. Say dear OSP kisi ejabin ebe jina highway no so etene nsem ye gaga na declare wanted no. Ye godidi say eyeti. Onima dwuma. Untimi hodi am for responsible krumwa. Eno a wote say ayi afiashoa elbo ayi ono abo akompra kwa Japan video ba ko a na o twabo kisi ajaben o se ne sisa gawu o se ne sisa gawu me se kromo ha. So these are questions nana ya kase enso adai abisa OSP ni office dey okọ dia ene asojifo ayi sojafo ginafa aposifo ginafa sese office word o ma pempe office na nkasa me dey menko o nana ya kase na eka. Anyways Mr. Mo mabia phone lines na tu so far nsem na mde aba begu pono so no de opesa obeka na ayi arahu semba ku bisu asi eno ewo Kumasi Kofrum na asem no sese ya pa Mr. Wo ababa wa ya odaso yi oye Momo vendor me kire se oye Momo adwuma ni bi se mobile money na wakwago yisika na enra Kofrum broad daylight robbery and a course ababa wa kama yi what is say akromfo abonutu na sika omupeke 10,000 Ghana cedis. Abranche ni dindi ni ma ababa wan dindi ni maako Patricia sese obidum bie pa ho fa ni pa o na mesrawo se me twen o phone line ana se o phone course in no me pese yetie nchiremu kakra because ya rahosem panti na me share to no ya pa ya
so ni mu edino eto ka mu am de call mensia government hospital. Unfortunately omo koduru hono na say abusia na wajim anti ya be release one abra na odahwa tuno ye na sama odahwa no ye sa video ni ho adwuma into wait my journey alive on a 87.9 FM. Nipa na etwa ho asia. We are very close to Crowford Monfrey Baby Statue House.
Nse main odru mincha nsempo. Kede Crowford Market no musino. Can the main entrance no? The opposite pe honum na esi. I'm saying no more some rural bank be crowd honum. I don't that area.
And I make
it
on the first statue house. Yes, Mabieja. Mabieja.
The main.
Oh, now bedroom say in any mona the statue me no si ho. Mo fa that area. Na ye try say ibenya Kwame Eboa na ye ne no adim komo na ya hye ifa ye no ono na ko scene ho na me yentie eyewitness account omode emaye enra Kwame kodru ho eyewitness account omode maye no ma yentie the account
bia you pay tiamta na de na ato ano oden sa tram say royal no ayesuo na bia wato na ezo suru tuo ni bi niam say that we dey intimi to sa dem tiam say ba kwa say su biem timpaja mitem za kwa ni kure tuo timi na ga na bu ahwe na mitumo na so mo di kan plan re epo ida so mo pa Romeo ana mo pa adwen kwanta ho ana so mo ko straight unhunu timi sa kwa manimo akopie di cham so am hia o mo na so mo de ga ne ba manhia ana nyina ko ne ko yi ntima tai kwa na mo je na yi no ye yi na de to ba de na se de na nya me dia timi me gidi sankofo na friend say o be iska to any de wan samo to no so bi to ni gina ni gate ni inside no mo gina ti so o iska na won person o risk to ni see ni fe to board no je mu na so ere obetra moto no so se ka ko be gina ni mu si akontimi ni iska no yere enko oni nyina gina gate ni mu inside ho ana gate so bia hwe side se tie nhunu iso de o sei ere be huni pa no yere e gina ho no tie we aso abu ahwe for ma so ma tumoto no ma ere o ko sa tutu ni ba account tutu no tu yenu pe minim no do agese o ma gisika no ere be huska sei se no mo chi ko so o ya so won fa ma wo mo eti ma im the brown nation no kra na fatin sana kwa to bori to no nya kwa diska na o je mu no diska no ko ye sana kwa ba mi de mu ni say the customers na oh enchai sa be wan na wa be ba three mu one be see.
Okay, so Abusia, that is the way eyewitness and I will share live our your Facebook page at 87.9 FM. Very painful. In fact, no bibusa say omo discano koi omo discano scano later na information about say around 10,000 or so. Yes, it's not any confirmed with a reporter eba say around so 29 years but yanko ahoma no so amene Kwame Eboa eni nkoma no pain na Kwame
Sergeant
na apom te saying
you have a Sergeant
in fact na what you there nsɛm afa ha nyinaa yɛ nsɛm a ɛden paa ade ma yɛn but ebe ne den aba no deɛ adwuma no na ɔsɛ yɛka ho asɛm na yɛm yɛtiefo ehu deɛ ɛkɔ ankasa Kwame na baabi ada me deɛ gyina yie ma me na yɛntimi ni nkɔmɔ
sɛjɔ mi wɔ me road so ntino saa na bɛyɛ wobɛte te sɛ kaa no ne namu saa
okay my entire Kwame my this account na in fact only the first person, the first reporter okokopie adie we say so, and you were able to get all the exclusive videos and pictures ukodru ye no de manfo e catch on the ukoko hu ye no but obo emu nchire mu
na eno no around 3 and as I will tell me according to Omo Adianity or Moniman Catano. Now, how much better Ababawano, your friend or Patricia de Marco? Yeah, Nymphiano, Eka for 30 years, no baby. Now, how much better a Riamuano? Get no echo nearby bank if you are, yeah, after bank. Ah, Omu Okoiska. And see, Oiska now, or Tamba Basu, baby, or yeah, you might, yeah, you market there is the people and Chaho Bebina, the container, almost also for you saw after Bank of Hana, Obe Ramuno. And I thank you for ya, on Bedina, we no me true. And see, a mobile of Bago de Moto, ABC, container no ending, sir. And now, you're on a boat, on 93, other side, no, and a buyer. Into you saw buyer, no, and now, original container no inside, ya na ato ni geno 18 komota. And now, among for no more, or margin and go for on the with for. There's a command, guy no, any geno 18. So, moon is out there, guy no, ever be iska. After the under piano, it's no inside. Now, about no, among for the more rush. Because now, I confirm so I hear what they say, the about any movie number 222. Almost I say, I'm a man, one shorter. Almost I say, if you cry again, it's not so from money monano. Almost I have to 20 billion. So, what's going to now? Who go to? Yeah, Brabba, on the way, and I just go about course of Jituno. I'm going to tell you, and so only no bear. I'm going to talk no. In the about I say, the only 2 or join it, or Timothy, or California. And I almost see airport run about Panama. And this or more is almost fine here, almost midday, Cano. Yeah, again, for you after Bangono, or more Gina at the choir. You see about our answer, or more time Gano, I don't know because at the port now you're going to know, or move or the Cano Kakra. And the very better on a town to the Conwa. I have also almost one, I don't know, a call, mention hospital, or move on, I say, Doctor, if I will be carried that as I wouldn't know. Yeah, I out of hotel. Oh,
hey, everybody, Yankopo. Now, Kwame area now, baby, a honey area, honor, and you're busy, son. Because Crofrom, himself, Crofrom is a very busy area for Sanya Mo, Bessina, Matimi, a sea, or Matimi, and Nantima, Famua, Timmy. Jania, yentimi answer. A hono business at the same was in how our movement, the city amount for the all call body. I would say at Tisani Manaso. Send a wanka says, you're a busy area. And I now call an almost hono, it drew Sabrenois. That's why you did.
But no, you're saying, a hono, if you are new to traffic light. Now, yesterday, one airport on about Pandua. There's a home for the 2 minutes. Market now, almost now, almost market name, and also one mark, Senator among 4 years. And at the time, incident missing your crown. Now, or more containers in the normal around. But the way of authority buyer. Ebi ka so mo ye wudi bu aka ta bo amafo mo to ro ba mo yin because omo ba ye no on ba in we say on ba be iska because omo tire say akwa no ba bia o fi ba ye no nante na no de ba no no nye obi a ate oro shi bibi on nante ba boko ya obejina container no inside na anu ho pe ya oye do oni ke ri ko mo nti omo ti nyina no no mo ni se bia e mo ba mo ni na akwa no e ba be ye afi di omo ti ya ni se etu no suwa again, I will see container marriage from
Kwame, Jinasoma Mena, me no be this, me never to uncommon, so my many assembly member for the area. Because videos no, Akabia be yin is a CNC. But time, the call hospital, honey, I didn't have videos no ready. And ye be videos no. But my many Patrick Kwame from Pong, I assembly member. Edema that area minimum honey honorable from West.
But CPC, CPC for boss here.
Only CPC a boss here. I just say see wuni Odumasi de Odumasi yes.
I'm wondering.
Wow. But asamuno wankasano at the time this incident see you know. Ebrebe na wote ye.
Oh, if you don't see there's 242 see na gotta be our friend so now the DSP police it's your friend and say divisional police commander of the conference so in Kabami Kayana also na offer that to Asante region and the police about the see Yes, was less than 5 minutes from the you see, I'm from the police and
area na ye kan wasem you know Rambo, is that area crow from that area no ye area sa na ma no koso sa
oh crow from traffic light I see even sometimes they don't go for complain say to do anajua ebi awu chema ebitini ejira bi ekasi ahemaso no complain ama ebi ho juma ama police bi ama na police kraba na dia onaba ba sese na dia omen eko na se ebi akete pa ze kufu ni otutu etu bi so agiri sika bi ukri ni media sele na 20 good years ni kufu na bi adanse se yenti bi na ba ko senda kufu I feel incredible because I know we have a good community and for having crime and so that TV another
Ozafo mo fa nche
ayarahosem pa na utie reportage na abana that means Mr. Mabia Fulance na tum ebia wo birbika oni bibia ka de ne yapon but ayarahosem 29 years na utie reportage na am say ogoyi sika efri banga oba nti utimi say Oma monitor from bank one on the na ababedro seminary hopa okay chumbere mananka mi hono na miskos ya na ka friend na manasi but anyways seminary ho so ata say asem no say me dwe ho a Sabi, first etu omoto no na fi omo se hu se wo pre no ma Charlie hadwin papa we ama me because for you to go and withdraw money from bank an amount no more kind 10,000 Ghana cedis. Usha say about dollars, say $100 what do we call it? $1,000. Yes. You see, we have if you understand English. We have antenna this mobile money near the day. I just connect my mobile money to my bank account. So I say, nam the ye sika ewo ho. Because looking at that money, 10,000 Ghana cedis. It's either say a tip off from the bank, an ampo or more monitor no say or kwakwa go yisika. Because or the baby yejuma as a mobile money vendor. So I say, I know I'm not watching as say story no say I hope. Oh, chumbere manaka me freo.
And go for the do camera so cool for manager so be a soya homatin obition na de but I say a coffee na ko fa isi phone na na ko bu pro na ko ya na ko fu na do na sa kono ni de ebi emi do na so kra any be esi enya ti akotwetwe so bi so ko do na eni pa na 24/7 na do na kuma si pa na if it to pay ko na ball just say so Kufu de Bubuinti, so much things na be clear no be like I kufu ni no hita enna. Nti dey see no dey nti be no abakasenda. Na so the equity start from after bank policy return to no dey month aba. Less than 200 meters. Na 7 traders on you can bring me adobo ni to equity size of the man say o plan and I say you no dey just no ban so ba be iskabi. Neze ni bibia akwa kuiska namba so mobile o mama ni ba ni mbeto nzo ba baji efimisi nti enwema ni na yehu ada se emu mbeji ska no ebe ya mani football game no ye kufu ndi kufu nti ni ibi asantu bi ni ni ti bi ni ye na sa kana se je nti mu ko ni se bi mu su se so ni boni tu kuna so mu jani ni pere ni beba je said the European, I say, when whom we say, Nipa, and to an incredible one. There's no to cry, no, and not the town, no, and maybe Mutu, A. Bianca, or Tiana, Mr. Bianco, meeting the Mutu, action soon. But it was to now be any way in Mohammedia. And as almost done, what's on to two, media, but they won't make my fan come back. Come a fair portrait about her. This comes from the damage, you know, so for you, also. But for now, for my case, I said, only I think people go, it's going to be one. You say this is not going to be an issue, and now, when you
are your engagement with the police as to the account of police for the amount and how or try some bit my track is men, but your CCTV cameras. Crow from areas are within that area, no. Ebio.
Yeah, you say you're going to say that kind of until the other. We shall confuse one now for me team. I guess you must be the radio station go. Almost take information. Many assemblymen on the police for me being to town. You never be meaning fan. The Bob police and now police for which they didn't fire. Into the said the coming already said they are police for investigation. Then looking at authentic because they can sound conform so. I crime from community. Say the Ghana police will be saying, which I am how a woman is a woman put a jelly woman pa. A buyer come and let us be there 29 30 years. Our back. Our 7 years on the creature. Our Brazil and Copa and our media can and our free sound. And no idea where they are permitting my back. Oh, you did your son. And then they say, enter you clean. And maybe any day of the but I see a tree awful. So when I'm site to be, that was the mobile many media, and part the container, picture doing what tin and all. And I say, we see us, I do them say, intimate and was doing reception. Because when for how you now, in a mobile money for you and comfort, I confronted from being here, man, as on the games. That's why James Sicker, because I'm my uncle to be with the team. And then, said the almost here, I didn't come attention. Or be able to borrow my discount at Family to Sodiaco. You better know about me, but you some key things within this conversation. Now, for your barber, not generally how you bet to you animal would decide you may because me say when some time ago now a day we started say Costrona a Ofori-Atta or me say commodity buy and my foot to be brinane buy but commodity now we can say omo ba say omo ba be yisika no call bank hoko yisika. Is that what here na? Yes, and that information omo be am because you take up on the crack hoko yisika no so yisika. And you are really no be na omo be ka ba ho ema omo ba ho no no yisika no so omo ba no na osole coin so na osole coin say okwa yisika. And no more this kind of buy and so we are going to the ultimate where our money from as a bank because area want to mean shoes Canada. If you want more policy and you need to mean Mexico, if you are situation you could from there could be any argument. If you have a total or any other continent name so I'm a name and a born on Casano. At least you can feel some now it's ebo mtuku ana lebi no so yebia nka so yebia kaka no so nka ebianka obetuma amana kosa senko ba zo senko betuma ti no try mu dia senko mu ntimi nko if you want to see again kwanta so the father senso the family no no bi senka nko because most of the be ko from azenko nko from kwa betuma so sure engineer don't bend out so be ko senko be ko no 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 ada se omuni no tino no kono anase no mu kono na nipa na adwene akọ nipa no humum dan sikano obo oye obi a wankasa wonimu no a we kro from watena hɔ na se ofiri ba bi na be ya kro from no pa ni abara ni ana wankasa wa oba oni ni kulet ya ni kulet so ni me to fikot no ki ta fu sha so one of the international school market so is it that
ono ana juma ana ne kura juma na o ya na o juma no ya
ara hosem erade mfa baba wa ikrensi utie story na sese when the crowd that because wajaba ba ku wachiri Mr. Kumase yes light out bawo Kumase and I say light off I can say from GHP TV mi ankasa masaso nyanya course bi enti minister for energy yes the Jinapos omo check it because omo say Kumase light off enkrana mewo but enkrano say last week na ba ko be fam no and one check and a buy but yesi Kumasi de seni omosi dum kanea no e wo no anode itu hwa from JP one mo Kumasi this lighthouse in Kumasi is becoming very serious. It's becoming very serious. And of course, it's being so many one or two. No, I'm for say yes, doom son ashasi o Kumasi. When he send be a dear him our highway no so SexyDon and so at in issue our court. So what I say because what here say attending no achadodo. Danquah, the late Danquah, attending say the no cause said the neighbor says a branch wa bread, what tin shoe. Hey, a country called Ghana. What they say, OSP and so on some on it can Ofori-Atta, Openia, your friend and I'm one say a baby by, say, no, no, declare wanted, internet. A yepa a more bien suma ken Ofori-Atta former finance minister said OSP kisia jabing e declare say we wanted because a baby twa mo be here no so what I say nana yaw ya kase say ya papa your friend kisia jabing OSP ogina mu pampe no papa no onima dwuma e be yan konfa dwuma na be emfa nto because papa ni se no sie na dwuma no wo ye dwuma no wo peke case bi wa on peke sisi ada pa no ho se akosi sen omayenwene yaho mesrawo ene eye adofo na abronya me kire birthday happy birthday to Yvonne Alote ohye Maryland abonte so mame Radin Shlan afi wonyo kese ana afi so happy birthday in advance to Comfort Taylor yes assistant class P nyame adma on the 26 and awoda entino eneno update be better from be concerning this birthday no be bebremo mamenya ntena me ko TikTok obi oba class Benjamin Shirano so at say kindly share the video and drop your comment in a professional way on the stories being me de bra na no pay but aba one de and anu de atrenta me si wo Kumasi next ni ene ne ba miensa enso ahye dwere be se wo dwene ho anti ase ensem asisi wo Kumasi na anu odene with this one so Erade mfani currency ya baba wa ya any update bi aso bebe bi am le bebrebo medamase nyame nhire obi a